And welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new here, and then just welcome. My name is Rusty, and this is my channel where I talk about my favorite movies, mostly horror, and my favorite music, mostly metal. And I'm going to continue on now with my current spotlight of what I currently have from these boutiques. I do not have very many of this one, but it's more than I have of the rest, except for Scream Factory and Shout. Scream and Shout will be a very big video. This one will be a pretty small one. And that is, we are going to spotlight Kino Lorber, whom I consider one of the lesser predatory boutique studios. I don't have a whole lot about him, maybe 14, 15, something like that. Like I said in my first video, boutiques make up a pretty small percentage. I'm only just now getting into them. And yeah, so Kino Lorber is probably the third largest that I have. First being Scream and Shout, the second one being Arrow, and then we have this one. So it's not a whole lot. So this video won't be very long, which some of you are probably going, thank God. But yeah, let's see what I've got of Kino Lorber. So you just saw this in my last update video a couple days ago. And that is Veronica Guerin with Cate Blanchett. A very cool movie. Very good if you've never seen it. It's one of her better movies. Like, well, you know, she's like Meryl Streep. You know, it's hard to find a bad Cate Blanchett movie. This is probably my most happy, most excited, most coolest of the Kino Lorber. And that's Bloody Mama. I do have to do a video on this. I will get around to that. But yeah, Bloody Mama, I am so happy. I waited so long to get a hold of that it was not even funny. So, and I definitely paid way more than I usually do for a thing, but I had to have it. I just have to have it. There is just nothing like Bloody Mama. Not a very nice release in that it has nothing, but you know. This is the little girl who lives down the lane. This is Jodie Foster. And Martin Sheen, one of the most classic masterpiece movies ever made. Scott Jacoby. Man, when I was like 14, I had such a crush on Scott Jacoby. He was it. I did have the DVD of this and then got to upgrade it to this beautiful remastered version. Got the artwork, reversible artwork. This is the little girl who lives down the lane. Don't you love it? Do you have it? Do you want it? You should get it. This, sometimes I'm like, is that really Kino Lorber? Am I sure that wasn't Scream Factory? But no, I think I've got them arranged correctly. This is 2 Days in the Valley. It has one of the funniest scenes of any film I've ever seen, and that's where he walks around the corner in that house, and he runs into the dog with that had stuck its head in a human mask, which was a nod to Invasion of the Body Snatchers. His reaction to that dog, that bulldog, coming around the corner with that human mask on, Biz, I've never seen anything better than that. It's like, yeah. But yeah. Danny Aiello, Jeff Daniels, Terry Hatcher, James Spader, Charlize Theron, Eric Stoltz. Just a fantastic movie. 2 Days in the Valley. This is, of course, Macaulay Culkin. This is, of course, is Macaulay Culkin. What is this? Well, that's just a catalog. But I did have the DVD, so this was an upgrade. It's got the original artwork. One of the best Killer Kid movies ever made. This, of course, is Porky's and Porky's 2. Why do I have this in the Kino Lorber stack? This is not Kino Lorber, but I have it in the stack to keep them together. This is the original Porky's. This is not Kino Lorber, but I love Porky's. Porky's is like one of the funniest things ever. But this is Porky's 2 and Porky's Revenge double feature. So you get you get both Porky's 2 and Porky's 3. This is Kino Lorber, and I am so glad to have them because there is nothing cooler than Porky's. All three of them are absolutely fantastic, full and really very good examples of balanced nudity. There's a lot of female nudity and there's a lot of male nudity. I mean, they were really fair to the entire audience in all three Porky's movies. This is one of the best movies ever made. It's a fucking masterpiece. This is George C. Scott in Hardcore, a Paul Schrader film. Peter Boyle, Kino Lorber. Susan Hubley is in it. It's got the original artwork. Oh my God, that's my daughter. Yeah, it sure was. That was a heartbreaking scene. If you've never seen Hardcore, you really should. It is an absolute dramatic masterpiece with a third act that is just so bloody and action vengeance good. And this is Clint Eastwood in A Fistful of Dollars. I mean, goddamn, I don't know how many releases I've got of the Man with No Name trilogy. You know, I mean, I'm looking over there. Who did that over there? Well, this is Clint Eastwood in A Fistful of Dollars. I'm trying to see because I have the box set of the DVD version over there, and in front of it is the Blu-ray version of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but I'm trying to see if it was Kino Lorber who did that too. It could be, it may be. It may be not. I don't know. But anyway, this is Kino Lorber, A Fistful of Dollars. Of course, you got the original art. Absolutely love The Man with No Name. I don't know why they call him The Man with No Name, though. That never made a lot of sense to me. Because he does have a name, and they are very clear about what that name is. His name is Blondie. I mean, the guy in The Good and the Bad and the Ugly calls him Blondie all the time. I mean, his name is Blondie. Like the rock band. But yet they call it The Man with No Name. Maybe it's because he would only tell his name to a few people. Could that be it? I don't know. And this is The Pits. Fantastic, cheesy 80s goodness. Pretty plain release, but at least you're getting a remaster of a fantastic 80s horror movie. Cult classic, The Pit. I would love to know where that is because I've got a lot of people I would like to throw in that motherfucker. This is Bat 22 with Gene Hackman and Danny Glover. I did have the DVD. Yes. Also another. They're not really like Scream and Arrow. They're pretty crappy with their releases. You know, no art cards, no booklets usually, no slipcases usually, no reversible covers sometimes. Yeah, so they can be really hit and miss with the quality of their releases. Not the quality of the remaster, nor the quality of their encoding and stuff. I'm just talking about the physical release of their movies can be very hit or miss. This is one of my favorite crime dramas. This is crime thrillers. This is The Bedroom Window with Steve Guttenberg, Elizabeth McGovern, and Isabella Huppert. You know, a violent crime, a secret affair, a single witness. Yes, it is absolutely fantastic movie. It's also the villain in this movie is the guy in Pet Sematary, the college student that got hit, that haunts him through the whole Stephen King's Pet Sematary, the original, of course. That blonde-headed college student that got creamed, that haunts him through the entire movie in Pet Sematary, he's the villain in this movie. Little bit of trivia. This is Leviathan. I got this on day one when they released it. Absolutely love this movie. I see this one's got a reversible cover. And of course, its companion. I do love some ocean horror. So we have Leviathan. And we have Deep Star 6. I love Deep Star 6 as well. It also has a reversible. Fantastic movie. I also got it on the day of release. This is Gun Shy. This is one of Liam Neeson's early movies with Sandra Bullock. And this was about the time, because you know, he did stuff like The Good Mother and Schindler's List and stuff like that. This was about the time that he became an action hero. This is one of his first movies that you know him for now. This is Gun Shy. And this is when he really became that Jason Statham action type person, or vice versa. He's older than Jason Statham. So this is Jessica Lange and Sam Shepard in the 80s farming, during that time of Farm Aid and John Cougar Mellencamp, Rain on the Scarecrow, Farm Aid. You had this little rash of farmer movies like Sissy Spacek and Mel Gibson in The River, and you had Country. You had these rescue, save the farmers from the government type movies. And this is my favorite, along with The River, is Country. And this is Melanie Griffith in a fantastic crime thriller called A Stranger Among Us, where she has to go undercover in the Hasidic Jewish community to find a murderer. And I absolutely love that. So as you see, I'm like I said, I'm very picky about going to boutiques if they are for the right price, and they're not too predatory. I will do that. So that is my entire Kino Lorber collection, which isn't very much. And I've explained why it isn't very much. And a lot of them are less than that. I will do a video for Scream, which will be very long. Well, not very long. It'll be like an update video. And I will do a combined. In other words, there's a lot of these boutiques that I only have two or three of them. I'm not doing a whole video for 2 or 3 films. But, stuff like Blue Underground, Severin, Vinegar Syndrome, a bunch of stuff like that, I really only have, a couple of movies that I've been willing to pay what they ask to get a hold of them. So they have to be very special to me. So I'll do a video of all of the little, I won't call them little boutiques, they're not a little boutique, but all the really small boutique members of my collection. You might have a whole case full of Vinegar Syndrome, but I only have 3. So, you really have to romance me to get me to go to a boutique. Except, like I said, Kino Lorber is pretty good if they have something I want. You also have to remember that, too. Even if I can find a bunch of Kino Lorber stuff, doesn't mean that they're movies that I want. Same with Vinegar Syndrome or Severin or any other boutique. If they don't have anything that I want and I don't run across something, just because I'm not going to buy it, just because I run across a bunch of Kino Lorber movies for $9.99, does not mean that I'm just going to buy them because they are Kino Lorber. I actually have to want the movie. You know what I mean? So I don't do that. I don't buy it just because it's Criterion or just because it's Arrow. If I don't know the movie, if I haven't looked it up, if I don't know what it is, if I do not desire it, I'm not going to buy it. I don't care if it's a boutique. If I don't want the damn movie, I don't care who releases it. I'm not going to buy it. Like I said, there's too much to buy. There's too much shit that I want to worry about that. So yes, that is my Kino Lorber. If you could, tell me what you think about the boutique Kino Lorber. Do you think that, like I do, that they are one of the less predatory boutiques? They do some alright releases, and then they do some rather plain ones. But yeah, what is your Kino Lorber collection like? You know, make me a video and show me. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Love you, miss you. Bye-bye. Always remember and never forget, you're a very, very special person no matter what anybody tells you. And I will see you in the next thing I do. I will eventually get around to doing all of these little boutique spotlights. And like I said, a couple of years from now I'll have to update them because I'm sure I'll have more from that boutique. But these are what I have right now for these boutiques. Bye-bye.